Hey guys, so my name's John. First video I've ever done. Been wanting to do this for some time. And I guess what motivated me to do this today was some things that have been going on in the news lately. Um, as you guys know, we have the Thousand Oak shooting that happened. Terrible, awful situation. And the thing that comes to my mind, though, most of all, that's been going on lately is the fact that everybody is immediately at each other's throat. Whether it's the gun control group or the pro gun group. You know, like everybody is immediately at each other's throat. It's almost like, you have these people who are suffering. You have these people who are just going through one of the most horrific events in their lives. And all you see on the news is you're right, I'm wrong, you're right, I'm wrong. Just people at each other's throats. Not you don't hardly see people taking the time to say, I'm so sorry for what happened. I mean, you see some people doing that, but, I'm talking, like CNN, Fox News, whatever sort of major media outlet, they immediately go on the attack. It's just the immediate offensive. And how did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get to where the narrative is, oh, a bunch of people got shot, let's go attack each other? No. No, absolutely not. And even I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of, people start talking about gun control and, I start voicing my opinion, throwing my hat in the ring. I'll be honest with you right now. I myself am pro-gun. I'm pro-gun for my own reasons. But, I'm willing to talk with people about the issue. I'm more than willing to talk about it. But even I've been guilty of seeing some memes, and sharing them, voicing my opinion. And, I sat there and I thought to myself when I was getting ready to post one, I'm like, what good am I doing by posting something like this? And I'm not talking about, backing my views or anything like that. I'm talking about the fact that I just put something out there and, I have friends that are anti-gun and that's fine. But, I'm literally being a part of this system where it's just cat and dog. I've allowed myself to do that for too long, and I've been, very much against, people fighting with each other over these issues. Like, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be a debate. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be discussing this. People have their opinions and they have every right. They have every right to be entitled to their opinion. You know, I don't have all the answers. No one has all the answers. This stuff should be talked about. But first, we need to consider when we talk about any of this stuff is these people are hurting right now. And I'm not talking about just prayers and stuff like that. I mean, we also need to have some decorum, in my opinion. Some, like, hey, in light of this view and stuff like that, we're going to have a town hall about this or something like that. Instead of just jumping the gun and just saying, like, I hate guns. Oh, well, I'm pro gun and you're stupid. I mean, I'm getting so sick of it. And I think most people know exactly what I'm talking about. It just, this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm more than willing to have a gun debate with somebody. That's fine. I've had gun debates with people, and they're perfectly cool just talking about it, stuff like that. Yeah, some people get, emotional about it, and that's fine. And it happens on both sides. There's people who get emotional both sides. It's a very, sorry about that. It's a very divisive issue, and rightly so. I mean, you're talking about things that can kill people. That can kill people. If used improperly. You know, if used improperly, they can kill people. Absolutely. And even when they're used properly, they can kill people. But, you know, what I'm referring to is whether you're using it for people using for self-defense, or for target shooting, or for hunting. I mean, to me, that's the proper use of a weapon. Um, the improper use, obviously, Thousand Oaks, Parkland, all those things. And I think the biggest thing that we're not talking about either is, I see some people discuss it though on certain pages, is gun safety. I think gun safety is something that everybody can benefit from. I'm not saying that everybody needs to take a course and learn how to shoot, but people should know, hey, how do you safety a weapon? How do you unload a weapon, things like that. I mean, that can be just as beneficial whether you're on the pro or against side. Just knowing that stuff too, and I'll probably get a lot of crap for this video. I don't care, but just the divide. It's instead of us fighting each other, try at least to find some common ground or have some decorum when we're discussing this stuff, because it's just an immediate bandwagon. I get so sick and tired of it. You turn any sort of news thing on, any of it, ever, at any time, it's just, you're bad, you like guns. You're bad, you hate guns. Vice versa, just this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Instead of having like a real argument, you hardly see any real arguments about this stuff anymore. It's just he said, she said. And I think a lot of people will agree with me. We should have a nice debate. Let's discuss this. I'm perfectly willing to discuss this issue with anybody. I'm willing to discuss any issue with anybody. I'm an open book. So anyhow, that's my first video. Maybe I'll do another one here again soon. But, just take a moment, people. Take a moment to just sit back and say, hey, this is a really, really bad situation. And, think about that. Think about the people who are hurting, who are suffering from this situation before we start jumping at each other's throats. Please take a moment. Take a breath before you go and click on that meme to, put someone else's views down. Just take a moment, breathe, do what you gotta do. Anyhow, this is John signing out.